Hi, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on Tuesday, April 2nd, and we started with modeling. Modeling, 3 syllables, which is different than a different word, which has 2 syllables but sounds very similar. Maudlin, maudlin. And originate. Where did it originate? Origin. What's its origin? Originally. It's originally from Paris. Confidant is a person that you trust. Confident is a feeling that you feel. Confidant. We do say the ah in don't, and we don't reduce it to an I or an It does stay the same ah sound as the first one. Confidant. And then confident. Mention. I'm being very careful with my accent. Mention and mansion. And mention is a good one to practice because it comes up a lot in meetings and presentations. You can say, as I mentioned earlier, or as David mentioned earlier, or I'd just like to mention those things. Mansion doesn't come up in my daily conversation too much. Squirrel. We haven't seen squirrel very much this year. It has come up a lot in the past, but squirrel. It is weird. Squir. You have to round your lips even as you begin with the SK. Squir. And as your tongue comes back for the R, squirrel. Squirrel. The earl noise. Keep your voice going as you move from the R to the L to make the earl. It's the same sound as girl and world. So if you want to practice the earl sound, say girl and then squirrel. That might help your tongue remember that position. Anesthesiologist. It is weird and kind of difficult to go from the S to the TH in anesthesi. So your S may be more in the middle behind the teeth because it's getting ready to come forward for the TH, which is between the teeth. Anesthesi. So keep the airflow going as much as possible. Anesthesi. You're pushing a lot of air. Anesthesiologist. Anesthesiologist. And this one, you have 2 options for the ending or the middle too, because you can say Worcestershire or Worcestershire, or the ending can be shire, Worcestershire or Worcestershire. So you have options. You can keep that R in the middle or not keep it, but the ending is what changes. Worcestershire, Worcestershire. Both are fine. Take your pick. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. And if you're doing it all by yourself, you are a solopreneur. Solopreneur. Chiropractor. Chiropractor. Whose, as in who's going, and whose shoes are these? I don't know why I made that question with so many z sounds in it. Sound exactly the same. Whose. That's it. Pajamas or pajamas. You have options. You can say pajamas with an or pajamas. Or you can just make the abbreviation PJs. Monarchy, monarchy. Chauffeur, chauffeur. Philanthropically, philanthropically. Anthropology, anthropology. Squadron, squadron. And squander, squander. And conquer. I spelled it AH here because I usually represent the ah vowel with an AH, like conquer. But I also put it in parentheses that if it helps you to think of Kong, like King Kong, it's pronounced the same way. So these are the same pronunciation, just maybe different ways to represent it in different writing because the C, is it an S? Is it a K? It's a K. Conquer. King Kong is a conqueror. You can say elite or elite. The stress will stay on lead. but some people keep the E pronunciation, elite, or change the E to because it's not stressed, elite. And this, I didn't realize you have two options of where to put the stress and it doesn't change the meaning. Disparate or disparate. Disparate, disparate. And ALLY means doesn't have to be just a friend. It can be somebody you can trust, somebody who's on your side. Ally, and I spelled this a regular way to spell lie to maybe help you remember. And ALLEY is the small street between the bigger streets. Alley. So ally and alley. I would go back and do them all, but my throat is kind of bothering me right now, so I'm sorry, I won't. It was fun today, and I hope you can join us sometime. But if not, I hope the video is helpful, and I hope to see you again. Thanks.